What is up, guys? So I'm going to show you on how to get a petition for your relative that is from outside of the United States. I filed the I-130 myself. I did this for my wife. We got married in Mexico. I'm a U.S. citizen. She's Mexican. And if this is a scenario that you're facing, that you married someone outside of the United States, you would follow this process. Just want to give a disclaimer. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. I just looked up this information on the USCIS website, where this is a source where any attorney or anyone that is a petitioner for these files goes into and uses as a resource to complete these forms. So I'm going to show you that you can do this yourself. I did it myself successfully. I did it for my wife on August of 2017, and in March of 2019, no, actually it was April of 2019, we had the interview. She got her visa successfully, and once we came over to the United States, she got her green card. So the first form you're going to want to do is the I-130 petition for alien relative. That's what the form's called. And then you'll do the form I-130A. So I'm going to show you what I used as a source. In case you don't want to do this yourself, and let's say if you live in Los Angeles, this is the place I went to. You can go to this address, this location. I believe this is the address. They only have a $20 consultation, and I think the filing's $300. But I want to do this all myself because they ask you the questions and fill out the form. So I can do this myself if they can do that. So I just want to give you some information in regards to this and give them props because they answered some of the questions I had in order to fill out the form successfully myself. So this is a form they gave me, and I had made notes because I was looking at the website and it says G325 here, or actually they removed it, but it was linked before and they told me I don't need it. So the first forms you're going to do is the I-130, the I-130A for the spouse. No signatures needed from the spouse because they're in the other country and you're filling it out here in the United States. 2 passport photos of spouse, petitioner, and the beneficiary, unless the beneficiary is outside of the country. In my case, before I came to the United States, before I came back after I was married, I had already gotten the 2 passport photos. And then the requirements, I'll put the photo requirements. Here's from the travelstate.gov website. It's pretty much a 2x2 picture, same as your passport. That's the requirements. Just link that also. And then currently, as of now, I believe, when I did it, the fee was $535. It has to be a check or money order payable to DHS. Once you get all of your packets completed, you complete the form, use certified mail, and you send it here. I went to USPS, mailed it there, as what kind of envelope. You can see my notes there. Never send original documents. You may now send photocopies of all documents, including naturalization certificates. In my case, birth certificate of U.S. citizen. I don't need a translation. Well, of your spouse, I believe you would. But birth certificate, certified copy of marriage certificate, English translation. So you do need it translated. It does not need to be notarized, any of this stuff. So I included both of our birth certificates. Hers was translated. As long as the petitioner and the beneficiary is not translating it themselves, anyone else can translate it. And they can just make a note that you are able to translate the documents yourself, that you're proficient in both English and Spanish, and you can do it yourself. So that will suffice, and you don't need to have anyone notarize it whatsoever. So I'm just going to check the recording to be sure. Okay, I'm still recording. So someone translated themselves. I didn't need to pay someone or anything like that. As long as they know how to do the translation, and you put there that you can both languages and sign it, that's sufficient. No notarization. So they advise that the wait process when you submit the I-130 takes 1 to 1.5 years. It roughly did take that long. After that, after you submit that, so I just want to go over the form a little bit first. Just gonna go real quickly, just show you the form so you know how it looks like. You'll fill out only where you need to put stuff. You don't need to put anything. Well, actually, for yourself, yes. So I'll go over the forms in detail if you guys like me to, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You don't have an interpreter. You're doing this yourself. Prepares full name. So this is your information. This is a petitioner information. You're the preparer, and it needs your signature. So petitioner's statement. My apologies. You're the petitioner. Let me just see here. Full name, interpreter. Yeah, you don't have an interpreter. Yeah, if preparing other than if the petitioner. So you wouldn't, if you're doing this yourself, you just go on petitioner and sign it. That's all you need. So I'll go in detail if you guys want me to in the future, but I need to go a lot into detail. So what I do want to show you is that I had a cover sheet for my submission. Kind of pretty much put what I'm sending. So, dear enclosed immediate relative petition by U.S. born citizen, my name, behalf of my Mexican wife, her name, she's overseas, form I-130, filing fee of $535, noted there, and then form I-130, note that information there. Okay. So this is the cover sheet. You'll get a 797 form. It's like more of a notification that they received the forms. And let's see here. Okay. So then you'll get a letter later on indicating you to go to, where's the website? This website. So first step, submit petition. And then your next steps here, begin national visa. I'll link all of this. You pretty much need to pay all these fees. You'll need like to do some application online here, and it takes you to this website, I believe. Where is it? It takes you here. You'll have a case number assigned by then. Alright. So you go through these steps. You pay the fees. Okay. So this is where you're gonna need to do like an online application. I don't want to show you because I'll need to show you too many details. But pretty much here will be the next steps. After you do like the online application and pay whatever fees, I think it's a DS260 or DS261, the form that's technically online. Once you do that, you'll collect supporting documents to submit the affidavit. The I-864 at this point is going to go to the National Visa Center, and you'll need to provide birth certificates, if you have any core legal documents, marriage certificates, send photocopies. Let's see here. Okay. So if you've been divorced, you'll need to provide like divorce documents, military records, and no, this is for either one of you that you'll need to provide. So by this point, as you submit the I-130, you want to be sure that your spouse gets a passport from their country, so that when they do travel, they'll be able to travel without any issues, and they'll provide photocopy valid passport. on the section where it has all of their information, and a police certificate. So this will be like an antecedent of prior criminal records. Gives you the criteria here. You need to provide translations as well. So as I advised, you can do that yourself. You submit that over. Where's the address? I don't have the address. I think it's here. You'll submit it to that address, and then you're gonna wait for the last form. Well, you'll get a notification also, but for your interview, you'll wait for the paper telling you when's your interview gonna be. Each country has their own embassy where you'll go to. For Mexico was Juarez. The letter will give you instructions on what to do. In my case, it took me to a certain website. Let me see if I have it here. I think it's here. No, but I'll link it below. Let me see if I have it. Photo. So I have all my links here. So this is a site. So for interview, you'll complete this information because you'll pretty much set up your appointment. Like, be sure you'll follow the steps here because this stuff can change. So I don't want to go into detail. I'll just give you the links below. You want to provide like copies of your interview appointment. Take the original letter. When you go to the interview, you want to take all of the originals, copies, and translations to be sure you have no issues. And then here is a USCIS. Once let's say you get an approval, right, and you get your visa, you want to go here, the USCIS immigrant fee. Go through the steps. It'll be $220, the last fee, and this is to get the green card. Once you're in the United States, they'll send it to you to the address that you've provided. This is everything. I wanted to give you guys free information because it was something really important for me to follow this for my wife. So again, this is not too difficult. Just complete the I-130, I-130A. Provide the cover sheet as I did. Send it. You'll wait some time, and then after that you'll do the I-864 affidavit of support. And also just know that if you're currently in the United States and you're the immigrant alien, you'll need to provide a forgiveness form. I don't want to go into detail because I didn't have to do that. My wife's never been in the United States. But just note that if you were or have ever entered the United States illegally, you want to provide that. And if you don't provide it, you'll be disqualified automatically. Don't do that. Provide, tell the truth. If they have any record that you've entered the United States ever, use a false name and they check your fingerprints, and then you're screwed because you were lying to the U.S. government and you automatically disqualify, and you probably won't be able to apply in the next 10 years. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them below. I'll be responding because I know this was something really important for me, and I'm sure it's important for you. I don't have the best recording stuff, so just disregard all of this. And I'll put a Bitcoin address link in case you guys want to donate anything. You don't have to. And then if you guys like, I can go through the I-130 and I-138 application filing and the I-864 filing. Okay. Something I would give a tip is just be sure you take all of the information when you do go to the interview. Don't worry about it, and just hope everything goes well for you guys. See you guys next time.